I'm Waris Mohammed and you're watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television. These are the stories making headlines. Ministry of Defense holds press conference on possible lifting of arms embargo on neighboring nation Somalia. Livestock sector of Somaliland continues to boom as an emerging market. President Hugo Chavez passes away due to cancer illness. Minister of Defense Ahmed Haji Ali Adami held a press conference to address recent news circulating of a possible lifting of arms sanction against neighboring nation Somalia. The newly elected government of Somalia has been petitioning for such a lift, and Somaliland's Minister of Defense addressed the media on possible repercussions. Minister Ahmed Haji Ali Adami stated that it's in fact improbable and utterly unacceptable of neighboring nation Somalia to have an arms sanction lifted while Somaliland continues to have an arms sanction imposed on it. The minister continued to add that it's unfortunate that the stability and peaceful coexistence of Somaliland is not being utilized as a template of progress and development for neighboring nation Somalia, and the lifting of weapon sanctions for Somalia and not Somaliland equally is a testament of injustice. Minister of Defense Ahmed Haji Ali Adami expressed hopefulness towards the rebuilding phase neighboring Somalia is going through, and pointed out Somaliland's role in prospective plans of clarifying relations. However, the Minister of Defense was keen to issue a universal message that Somaliland's independence is non-negotiable and irreversible. The livestock sector of Somaliland is booming and as an emerging market fueled by cooperation between local and foreign markets. Our reporters set off to the local livestock market in Hargeisa to explore one of the core catalysts of Somaliland's growing economy.
The livestock market, located in central Hargeisa, offers a wide alternative to all those interested in the trade, with residents of rural areas of Somaliland bringing their livestock by the truckload every day. Tens of thousands of animals trade hands in livestock markets throughout the nation. Camels and sheep are the main commodities, and a society strongly rooted in the consumption of meat, one can assume how such a high number of livestock animals are traded daily. In addition to the local market, domestic exports of livestock are at an all-time high. In the central livestock market, some tourists spoke on their perspective of this crucial economic sector. They stated,
It's tourism, so we would like to see how the country is, how people live, so we like traveling, and Somaliland is a very interesting country to go.
The government of Somaliland, in cooperation with civil society members, are taking advantage of the vast natural resources present throughout the nation, and in this particular case, the utilization of livestock is a prime concern.
SONSAF, a local non-governmental organization, hosted a consultative conference on progress made and obstacles faced during national elections. SONSAF provided recommendations on methods of ensuring future elections remain free, fair and transparent. The Somaliland Non-State Actors Forum, SONSAF, organized a two-day workshop about lessons learned from recent local council elections. The workshop brought together different stakeholders such as government officials, including the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, civil society organizations, community elders, and other honorable guests. Chairman of SONSAF Adan Haji Ali, who spoke during the opening remarks, presented the significance and objectives of the workshop, which are, as he mentioned, to discuss the lessons Somaliland inherited from recent local council elections. The Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, who officially opened the workshop, pointed out how such meetings to discuss previous experiences are vital for future progress. Other senior governmental and non-governmental officials also highlighted the significant progress made since this administration took office, and their optimism that future elections will continue to exhibit equality and transparency. You're tuned into the English news program on Somaliland National Television, and now for our international headlines in detail. Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez has died after a 2-year battle with cancer, ended the socialist leader's 14-year rule of the South American country, Vice President Nicolas Maduro has said in a televised speech.
The family
recibimos la información
are there, and we have now received the terrible news which we have to transmit to yourselves. At 4:45 today on the 5th of March, the Commander President Hugo Chavez has died.
Maduro, surrounded by other government officials, announced the death in a national television broadcast on Tuesday. In the immense pain of this historic tragedy that has affected our fatherland, we call on all compatriots to be vigilant for peace, love, respect, and tranquility, Maduro said. Maduro said the government had deployed the armed forces and police to accompany and protect our people and guarantee the peace. Elias Jaou, the foreign minister, said Chavez's hand-picked successor, Maduro, would take over as interim leader pending the next election, declaring it is the wishes of the commander President Hugo Chavez gave us. Military commanders quickly pledged loyalty to Maduro. Defense Minister Diego Molera said the armed forces would defend the constitution and respect Chavez's wishes.
Uhuru Kenyatta, Kenya's deputy prime minister, is in the lead in the country's presidential poll, taking 54% of the approximately one-third of votes so far tallied by the Election Commission. The early count on Tuesday put Raila Odinga, outgoing prime minister, at 41% of the vote and Museveni Mudavadi at 8%. Kenyans voted on Monday for a president, senators, members of parliament, county governors and representatives to the newly formed county assembly. Counting began on Monday evening after a turnout of more than 12 million kept some polling stations open beyond the official time. Kenyatta, son of the nation's first president, is facing charges of crimes against humanity at the International Criminal Court (ICC) for his alleged role in inciting post-election violence that led to the deaths of more than 1,200 people in 2007. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry has expressed confidence that weapons are increasingly ending up in the hands of moderate groups within the Syrian opposition.
Speaking at a joint press conference at Doha's Al Wajabi Palace with Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Hamad bin Jassim bin Jabari Al Thani, Kerry said on Tuesday that Qatar and the U.S. have worked to tighten sanctions and help Syrian opposition build the unity and effectiveness that they need to change Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's calculation on the ground. Kerry's trip to Qatar rounds off a 9-country tour through Europe and the Middle East, the first international trip he has taken since being confirmed as Secretary of State in January.
Thank you for watching. That's all the news for now. Goodbye.